There's this problem with the Nigerian national team in Libya, and I will not comment on that because there's a proper investigation, but I want to emphasize a principle that we will not tolerate, because this is something that has been going on for quite some time. Your national team, let me emphasize, forget about the Nigeria and Libya situation, because that process has been properly investigated and appropriate action will be taken. Appropriate action will be taken. I've heard too many stories of a football club or a national team goes to a country, you spend hours at the airport, and they ask you about documents that don't exist. And apparently during COVID, they would look at who the best players are from your national team and say, those 10 players, they've got COVID. And you say, but we've just been tested. No, they've got COVID. But it's this lack of sportsmanship that has existed and we haven't taken effective action. So I just want to repeat. We are proud of those nations that treats visiting national teams and visiting football clubs with the respect and dignity that they deserve, but also who treat them in the same way they want to be treated when they visit those countries. So I just want to repeat, we're reviewing those laws and we want to emphasize sportsmanship. When a national team from another country visits or a football club visits, treat them with the dignity and respect that they deserve. And if there are violations of those regulations and those rules, we will take action.
No, it was crazy because actually I had a similar situation, but that was like when we were playing in under 20 and we didn't know there was going to be a war situation and we flew there to play. But at the end we got out and then we saw on TV that there were actually riots happening in Benghazi. So it just brought back memories. But for me, I think it was terrible. I didn't even know Libya have to play their games there because I know the country is not in peace, until now. So I think it was a wrong decision by CAF to let them play their home games in Libya, And I spoke to other players who didn't go. I was in contact with Victor and Awazim about the situation, and we just couldn't believe that they didn't let them. The crazy one was even diverting the flight. It's so dangerous, It's so dangerous, and I'm just happy they are back and they are safe, for real.
Well, Kenneth, looking at this whole situation, it puts the welfare of players to the fore, talking about how players can be safeguarded, especially knowing that sportsmanship is a very important factor in the game. So what are your thoughts on player welfare in terms of this kind of incident?
I think it's very important because a lot of players are not used to this, and also especially during the under 20, it's something that is common in Africa that when you go to play a game in the other country, they always do these things. In under 20, we went to Guinea and we didn't have food. No one came to pick us from the airport. We couldn't access the stadium to train. So it's like techniques that African countries used back then, but I've not really seen it in the senior national team, for a while, because I think it should be, this is 2024, and it's very important for us as Nigerians to at least have a delegate travel before the game, because I know it used to be like that, and now I think maybe because now we fly private and everyone wants to be on the flight, but I think it's important for us to send someone ahead of the team to make preparations and make sure everything is in place, and with that the players will feel safe, and everything will be more organized, because if someone was there in Libya, they would have gotten the information beforehand that, okay, this is the plan. They are not going to allow them land here, so they can try to fight the situation before the players actually board the flight to travel.